Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tech Inside with an Asian Guy. I am Sea-Dogs. I'm going to take you through one game of mine today. It's a 5-minute blitz game with the opponent having the white pieces, and I am playing with the black pieces. Today we're going to talk about conversion, how to get from a potentially winning position all the way to a full win and make that game into a win for you. Now, as a poker player, just because you get aces doesn't mean that you are going to win the hand. You may need more tools in your tool belt, raises, check raises, a little bit of slow playing in order to make that happen. So just as in poker, you'll find in chess, just because you are up a piece doesn't mean that you are necessarily going to win the game. You have to see it through to make that into a win. So I like to think of it this way. Your openings give you opportunities to attack and defend, and from those attacks, you're going to capture pieces, exchange them, go for captures that make sense for you, and don't put other pieces in jeopardy. It sets up a good position so you can ultimately drive that home to a win. So again, opponent is white, opens with d4. I play d5. And I'm very familiar and I love playing d4 with white, so black, this makes a lot of sense for me. I want to get to somewhat of a similar opposite London opening for black here. Opponent develops the knight. I attack the bishop. I ask, bishop, where are you going? You can't attack me on this square. Let's decide where we're going. Bishop moves back, and I kind of move a pawn away a little bit. I want to kind of make a little bit of room to develop the rest of my pieces. Bishop to e7, check with the queen. Now the queen comes out early, so sometimes you can attack the queen, cause it to move. So then the queen moves back. I now have two pieces lined up against this bishop. So opponent checks. They want to delay my next move because that's not good for them. Block. Now they have two. Now one hanging piece. Now I want to put the knight into a different position. I could attack there and capture the piece, but I want to try something a little bit different because I see I can castle. Queen moves. Now I attack the queen. Queen moves. Now I have a tricky play here. I want to move a couple different pieces here. I want to kind of delay attacking the queen here because I can with my queen. But what I want to do is kind of slowly maneuver into a position where I'm attacking multiple pieces. And now the opponent tries to glue in their knight here, but I can take with a pawn. Takes. Now I attack the queen from two different places, and interestingly enough, I wasn't thinking about this at the time, the queen is trapped. It can't go here, here, and it's a long space where it can't go here or here. It is just trapped. Sometimes that happens, so the opponent sees that, and I take back. And so on the last capture here, I was able to find a rook that was also hanging. There were a couple hanging pieces, but I'm kind of deciding which way I want to go with this. So now that I am up a queen, one of the pieces of advice that I've been given is if you're up a queen, play with the queen. Just keep it out of danger. So I'm trying to get to a position. Now I throw in a check here because I want the opponent to have to move the king or block. Now they don't have enough pieces to block, so they move. I move my rook in. Rook to, in this case, the second rank. I want to go for a checkmate, maybe this way. And I didn't actually at the time see that my rook was covering the a8 square, covering all the way through a1 here. So what I do is I move in my queen to check. And not seeing that, I move in my knight to cover this escape square. But then it turns out I missed mate in one, and we go for a full mate there. So being up a piece, while it doesn't guarantee a win, gives you an advantage. Now in this case, the queen got trapped. It happens sometimes. Sometimes when an opponent's or your queen gets put into a position deep into enemy territory, it may have fewer squares to get to. You always want to be aware of where your most important piece is, your queen, or where their queen is. And sometimes if it doesn't have spaces to move to, it gets trapped. So this is a good example of how to convert from a winning position to a full checkmate. And thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content. Hit like if you like, and otherwise, thanks for joining, and see you soon.